Oh, are we started? Hey, hello, Elaine here with AstrologyMojo, just getting my cards together. Welcome, come say hello to me. Today we are doing a August Oracle reading. That's what we're doing. I was just doing 6 other things. But now we are going to focus on you and what you might be manifesting. What is that going to look like? I don't know. That's up to you, isn't it? Okay, I just turned off all my notifications. Come join me and you get to choose. So if you're watching me on either Facebook or YouTube, whether live or in a replay, you can still apply this. Take away the word August if you're watching this in November and say, which deck is speaking to me now? These readings are evergreen. Hey, Barbie's here. Okay, so let me just show you in case you're not on my newsletter and you might not have seen the choices. They are the Oracle energies, the 7 of the 7 energies, Colette, Reid. And then there's Heavenly Bodies, and that is Lily Ashwell, that is in the middle. And then there's Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel's The Starseed Oracle. So I want you to think about, just like take a moment and, let me go this way. Take a moment and think, okay, whatever I've been undergoing, whatever I feel like I haven't manifested, whatever I feel like I'm at a loss with, or just on the precipice of, but I can't seem to get to that next place. Remember, it's not the cards, it's not astrology, it's not the planets. Planets don't make you do anything. We live in a cooperation with the cosmos. So when your higher inner being is looking to communicate with you, number 1, meditate. That's how you'll hear it the best and the quickest. So the more you begin to meditate, hi Lucy, the more you begin to meditate, the more you realize that as a celestial, eternal, sentient being, you are already connected to the greater whole, right? So you don't have to be going outside yourself and looking for clues. But you can. The outside world will validate whatever you're thinking or feeling. And you go, see, told you. And let's get out of that negative spinning mindset. And what's that one feeling? It's an underlying feeling that's so subtle that you feel like, I just can't seem to shake this feeling. Being powerless, you're powerful. Being insecure, your security is in that power. So whatever you think you're not capable of doing, being, feeling, now let's look for some guidance. And again, the best guidance you could ever have is by meditating. Meditating puts you in that state of, and I don't mean the kind of meditation where you take this long journey and you come across animals or spirit guides or whatever. I'm talking about sitting still for 3 minutes and inhale, exhale. Inhale through the nose, exhale out of the mouth. And as your thoughts begin to wander, did I turn off the thing? I'm supposed to email some, with every inhalation, every exhalation, you just gently bring your thoughts back to the rise and fall of your chest as you're breathing. That is the easiest type of meditation. 3, 5, 10 minutes. Go for it. My Greek spirit, Yasu. And so whatever is the issue or the recurring issue, because you might think, oh, I've got like this, that, the other. They all stem from one place. So when you sort through, you're looking for your shoes in the back of the closet and you're throwing stuff out, you realize that you're the one who caused the chaos, and you're the one who isn't getting quiet enough to settle. Body, mind, spirit connection. Spirit is always present, always, always, always. That's who you are. The body is also who you are on this planet. And the mind is sometimes what puts you in this mental trap also gets you out of it with focus. That's what a mantra is. It is to train the mind, mantra. So free the mind actually is what mantra means. So you get into a mantra. And if you recognize you're walking down the street and one day you recognize, oh, where did my thoughts just go? To that person, to that insecurity, to that feeling of abandonment, to that issue that keeps recurring over and over again. Every time you get that, that's where you want to go. That's the most ripest place for healing. Because that voice is the one that's on a program and it's going around and around and around and around all your life. I'm not enough. It's not enough. Enough already. You are enough. You're a divine being. You decided to come to this earth to have fun, to create, to see what it was like. I want to see what it's like to merge biology with divinity, put them together, and see what I can make. Now, look how far you've come. Look what's in your life. You've made that. Wow. And then, oh, wow. Right? We're all there. Oopsie, got to pull in closer. Okay, so I want you to pick your oracle card, and it can be more than one. But let's just focus on one issue, and you might want to break it into a segment, like saying, well, my main issue, and be general. It's not about this person who never calls me back, or this industry, the government, the medical facility, the whatever. Keep it general. My feeling of inadequacy, my feeling of disempowerment, my feeling of fear. It could be that general. My feeling of insecurity, my feeling of awkwardness. Whatever the feeling is, that's where we're going, because if you don't change your vibration, the vibration is what creates matter. So if you don't change your vibe, nothing changes. And so the vibration that you feel gets organized into thoughts, and that becomes the mantra, the chant. Oh, I can't do that. Yeah, that's not for me. They're never going to call me back. Yeah, just try. Yeah, right. Yeah, sure. Those thoughts are the beacon that send out and emit the frequency of that issue. So back it up. Listen to your thoughts. Oh, we're going to reverse engineer this. So I just realized I was thinking something negative about myself or about the world, or I was judging something. I'm going to stop, take a nice deep breath. I'm going to exhale, and then I'm going to realize that I have power. I have power to alter this moment to the next moment where I can create anything I choose. So I want you to pick an oracle deck, and if you wanted to segment it, you might say, oh, I'm going to pick the Starseed oracle for the general, this is how I feel. And then I'm going to pick the 7 energies to show me how to transition from that. You might want to do that. Or you might choose to pick a different card for your sun, rising, and moon sign. So however you want to do it, it's up to you. We're going to get started right now. Take a nice deep breath. If you're just joining us, we are talking about the vibe that you are creating. And I'm assigning it to August, as I'm doing an oracle card reading at the end of every month so that it prepares you for what you're about to create for the next month. Again, if you're just joining us, I want you to realize that you can segment these cards. Pick one for an issue, another card for the solution, another card perhaps sun, rising, and moon, however you choose to do it. So I'm going to start with those of you who are here and those of you who are watching in a replay. And if you join us in the middle, that's okay. Just, I will do timestamps in YouTube eventually, but not in Facebook. Okay. So I want you to get as calm as possible. Get relaxed. Now, if you're in a working environment and you've got a headphone in and you're supposed to be doing work and you're listening to this, you can do an open eye meditation. I want you to be present and just focus on the inhalation. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale. Out of the mouth. One more. Inhale all the way through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. And just take 10 seconds to be as present as possible. You know what your issues have been, because unless you've healed it, they're still there. So now I'm going to start with those who chose the Oracle of the Seven Energies. And again, you might use this for your sun, rising, or moon. You might use it for the issue at hand, the conscious issue, and then pick another card for it to be the unconscious issue. Because 95% of you is running on an unconscious program. That's how that works. Okay, for those of you who chose the Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Reid. Woo! Oh, we got two. Two popped out. Okay. And the first one is, excuse me, quieting the mind. And that's a number 32 card, which equals a 5, which means transformation. And just if you can, you know what, I'm gonna leave that up. I wasn't able to make it smaller, but I'll leave that up. And I want you to just focus on the idea of quieting the mind. Because when you do, you start to tune into the issue and what's really going on. Because sometimes, as I just said, meditation is what's going to get you to the core. Meditation is what's going to show you what's happening on the inside. But first you have to quiet the mind and just sit as still as possible. And if your mind is all scattered and you're going monkey brain, it's going to take that moment. And then suddenly, in the silence, it's going to come to light. And the second card that came out is called Beautiful Uncaging. And I want to look this one up. I have not pulled this one yet. Okay, Beautiful Uncaging, if you chose the Seven Energies. See that without it being too out of focus. There's a person in the center. I want you to free yourself of any type of guilt or obligation or that feeling of I have caused harm or they have caused harm to me. And really focus on when you start to, people talk about forgiveness all the time. Okay, forgive yourself for feeling like a victim. Forgive yourself for having stepped on someone's toes. Or sometimes you take on someone else's issues or responsibilities or limitations because you think they're yours or you think you're stronger. And it's really not your job. If you care more about someone else's issues than they care, are you a Capricorn rising? That's what I want to know. Are you a Pisces? So taking a nice deep breath, because as you meditate daily, what happens is you're going to open from, it's like saying, making amends with yourself by taking stock. Just be honest about the behavior. If you said or did something, or you're not saying or doing something because you have this idea of, oh, I don't want to rock the boat, or I don't want to make them feel bad. But if they are causing harm, in essence, no one can really do that to you unless you allow it. But if they are doing something and you're just like, yeah, they're just in a bad mood. Okay, we need to set a boundary. And so that sets you free with, excuse me, that's not okay. So when you set a boundary for yourself and for others, you create a strength that leads to empowerment. Does that make sense? I hope so. I hope it makes sense. Now, with any of these readings, if you wanted to, it's in the description, but if you wanted to go further, I'm going to put it right here. If you want to go for a more direct route and a private and personal route, I'll put it in the comment section here. And that is, you can have a 40-minute power-up session with me. This is all about empowerment, okay? A power-up session with me. So just to tie in, if you chose the Oracle of the Seven Energies, first we're going to meditate, even though I recommend that for everyone, whether you chose this card deck or not. It's backwards. Quieting the mind, because when you quiet the mind, you know the truth. And that is what sets you free. So be kind to yourself if you feel like, oh, I said or did something that I shouldn't have done. Just be honest, be kind. And as you forgive yourself and allow yourself to feel those feelings, that's when you can transmute. That's when you can transform a feeling of guilt or obligation or burden into a feeling of, okay, I cannot change the past. I can only alter the moment. So in my deep breathing meditation, I'm going to relax, 3 deep breaths, get calm, feel my feelings, and open up to the power that I am. And that is pure conscious love. And in that is total freedom. I like that. I like that reading. Okay. Woo. All right. Now, if you chose the heavenly bodies, oopsie, let me move over here. Get this out of my way. If you chose the Heavenly Bodies by Lily Ashwell, or perhaps this is a clarification card for you if you chose the first or the third. And remember, folks, that no matter what is happening, you're the one creating the matter. And your matter is divine. So what would you like to do in the next moment? You know, we make all these excuses sometimes and we say, oh yeah, I got that from my mother. Yeah, I got that from my father. Or no, I can't do that. Yeah, every time I feel that way, I didn't even finish that. Okay, there, I wasn't even finished, so I'm going to keep going. Hang on. So every time you know your limitations and you champion your limits and you champion the negative parts of you by proclaiming it. Oh yeah, I'm that way all the time. Yeah, you don't want to talk to me when I'm hungry because I'm such a grouch. Well, then eat and you won't be. I think Abraham Hicks calls it, I've been listening to Abraham Hicks for like over 35 years, and I think they call it arguing for your limitations. Yeah, why? What a waste of time. I'm not enough, it's not enough. And we're in Leo season, and this week, tomorrow, in fact, or today and tomorrow, new moon in Leo with the sun in Leo. So the energetic emphasis is on, I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to do something different and new. I'm going to love who I am because I am enough. Because in astrology, one of the downsides of the Leo behavior is I'm not enough. That's why I'm constantly looking for validation. Validate you and you will be enough because you are enough. You'll realize that you're enough. Okay. Okay. Oh, interesting. This is so interesting because we got a pair of opposites that came out and a third card on top. So the first card, if you chose the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck by Lily Ashwell, what flew out first was the Cancer Sun sign card. And the Cancer Sun sign says nurture, comfort, and protection. And the protection part is the pincher snapping part. When you are overwhelmed and you are not taking care of yourself and you overload, it's like you're saturated with emotions. You can't hear anybody else's stuff. It grates on you. So you scuttle sideways and find a way to disassociate. Now, if you're disassociating from your feelings just to get away from the crowd, then how are you in tune? that's the issue, right? So protection, the Cancer sun sign, or the Cancer sign itself, represents, Cancer sun, rising, or moon, represents nurturing. Now, nurturing doesn't always mean with words. It doesn't mean affectionate. It means caring. And caring starts on the inside. So when you have a difficult moment or issue, I want you to really look at how you can be as present as possible with as many intentional feelings as possible. Protection is not defense, that's the negative version, but it is caring enough to be in service to self or to others. Now, you might do that through food. You might say, it looks like you're about to crash, and you make some food for yourself or others. You might be doing that through finances. You might do that through expressing yourself in writing, or somehow helping women or the feminine aspect or children. So that's the Cancer. Oopsie. That's the Cancer part of the program. Now, if you're overwhelmed and you're not expressing yourself and you're not communicating, you're going to draw to you the opposite. And what's fascinating is that the second card that came out was Capricorn, which is the opposite of Cancer. And ambitious and what does she say here? Methodical steps and realism. Okay, that's Capricorn, is moving with practicality. It's an earth sign, and Cancer is a water sign. So if you're feeling, and it doesn't matter if you're Cancer or Capricorn in anything in your chart, but if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're not expressing yourself, you're not crying when you're sad, you're not doing deep breaths when you're angry, if you're not taking care of yourself, you will attract the opposite. And the opposite is cold. The opposite feels a lack of vulnerability. The opposite feels defensive. So whether that's an actual person in your life, a situation that you draw to you, like, I'm so ticked off. We ordered these things and they never came in the mail, and I've been on customer service for 45 minutes, right? When you go in that direction, what you bring up is this, the resistance, the opposite. You want flow. You want to build something with flow. And this was the third card that popped out, and that is the yin of energy. The yin of energy. And that includes Cancer and Capricorn. And the flow here, according to this card, is intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. So if you're in an extreme situation, if you're experiencing extreme feelings, if you're experiencing a black and white situation, me versus them, I'm at odds with myself, that's where it's always going to start, then the solution really is to be more receptive, is to be more relaxed. Let's meditate. To calm down the edge, to make it a little simpler, that you can get this thing done. Is this helping? I hope so. If you chose the Lily Ashwell deck, the second one, really trust that your needs are met and make a mantra out of it. My needs are met. My needs are met. Even if I don't know how to meet them, my needs are met. My needs are met. I am a celestial, eternal, sentient being. I flow with the go. And from there, I can build that structure, that architecture that makes my world a happy place. That is the combination of Capricorn and Cancer. So opposites create more opposites and tension. So you want to find the center, and the center of the infinity sign is in the figure 8 is you. You're at the center. So yeah, I hope that was helpful for you. Okay, now the third deck. Come say hello to me if you're just joining us. We're doing an oracle card reading for August and what you can manifest by asking your higher self to speak through you. Okay, so now let me just move that aside. And now we've got Rebecca Campbell and the artwork by Danielle Noel. How's everyone doing today? Hey, Kate's here. I am enough. It is enough. Enough comes to me. Because I am enough, I attract an abundance of enough. Start your mantra. All right, these cards are very stiff, so they're pretty new. Okay, this is something I was working on this morning. Maybe this is my card. All right. Okay, I know there's a thing in here. If you chose, oh, Barbara says, yes, great reminder, very helpful. Good, I'm so happy. Okay, so if you chose the Starseed Oracle, 2 cards came out, and I know there is, okay, perfect. This is perfect. Oh my gosh. I love it. Okay, so for the Starseed Oracle, trust the timing. Trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. There is enough of everything to go around, including time. Time is an illusion. Time is the only thing that exists on this planet that doesn't exist anywhere else, okay? Time is an illusion. So the timing of things, how can you trust the timing when you're impatient? You can't. How do you trust the timing when your mind is spinning out of control, looking for all the reasons why it should or shouldn't be this way? You can't. You need to be centered in your body. You need to be listening. If you're frustrated, angry, horribly sad, feeling anything extreme, then you won't hear the timing. You won't recognize the timing, okay? Timing comes when you're as present as possible, when you make a space for it. So let's make a space for it. The second card that came out is wait. Not W-E-I-G-H-T. It's not yet time. Again, we're having a time issue here if you pick this deck. It's not yet time. Wait. Things are being woven. So when you're hovering right above the thing that you want the most, I want that job, I want this person to get better so I could feel better, I want this thing to happen, how come it's not happening? And you're spinning in your mind, you're not present in the triad, your holy earthly trinity, the body, mind, spirit, or the sun, rising, and moon, if you want to look at it that way through astrology. So when things are happening but not to your satisfaction, then it is time to get a little more present with how impatient you are. And things don't come when you demand. Things don't work like that. Because when you force fit a situation, everybody knows what it's like, right? Raise your hand. When you go, is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it done yet? I can't wait to have that cake. Is the pie ready? And you keep opening the oven and it's not time. You have to wait. And in that time of waiting, what you can do, this is the third card that came out, baby steps. Baby steps. And follow your intuition, even if it doesn't make sense. That's what it says. Follow your intuition, even if it doesn't make sense. Baby steps. So what's the easiest, quickest way for you to get in tune with your intuition, which is your spirit, essentially, your higher inner being? What's the quickest, easiest way to do that? When you're impatient, when you just are like, right already, I've been waiting for weeks, months, years. Hurry up. Okay, well, when you're attached to something, and I'm just gonna get rid of this image for a second. When you're attached to something, you don't let it go because you want it or you're afraid to leave it, nothing can happen. You're in a stalemate with energy, even though energy is always moving. But you're going to spin in a circle of the same thing over and over again. And you know that that's true every time you get impatient and the thing isn't happening. And you say to yourself, it's not meant to be. So then you quickly make a right turn and you do something else, just as that thing was transforming into matter. And so when we're going to reverse engineer it. If you're already impatient, that thing's not going to happen, not to your satisfaction. In fact, nothing will satisfy. So if that's the case, then the solution is baby steps towards the thing that satisfies you. Anything that is neutral, satisfying, raking the leaves, sweeping, watering your plants. Something that is small and simple to do to alter your energy, to calm it down. Those are baby steps. It's not, well, I've been working hard on, getting this project off the ground, and I've got the team in order, and I got the thing, and now I'm just waiting for the graphic design department, and I'm waiting for the blah, blah department, and I'm waiting for, okay. So while you're waiting, baby steps toward receptivity. Baby steps toward receptivity. 3 minutes of meditation on just staring at something pleasant. Something pleasant. Because if you don't alter your vibration, then the thing you want to manifest cannot form, cannot come to you, or it comes lumpy. It's like, oh, I didn't want those. It's like, I want a red pen. I want a red pen. I want a red pen. I want to hurry up. I need that red pen. And then, you get one, but it's broken, or it's the wrong, or it's like, that's more orange. That's not red, right? So it doesn't come the way you want it to. But receptivity seems to be the solution for all of these cards. Being intuitive by being as present as possible. Does that help you? Does that make sense? Because what you're creating is a vibration. That's number one. And that vibration is going to gain momentum. And that momentum is going to gain matter. And that matter is going to form a thing. And that thing is going to be your creation. You are that powerful. Did you not know that? Well, you are. Hey, folks, I hope this has helped you. Just be as present as you can be in as many moments as possible. And when someone says or does something, whether it's a personal thing or whether you hear it on the news, please turn that off, or whether you hear it in the neighborhood or you're just startled by something, instead of reacting, take a breath, pause, inhale, exhale. Feel how you feel about that before it becomes like a kinetic. We're having a lot of electrical storms out here. We're in monsoon season. And, when lightning strikes and it hits something, you feel it. You can smell it. It's startling. So when life happens like that, it's asking you to please be present and calm. Take a breath before you snap back and say something or do something that is in defense that has nothing to do with the issue. Because a person who is spinning in their stuff is going to spill over into you if you've got a vibe that says, I'm deep down, yeah, I'm just not enough. You're going to attract it to you. But you don't have to. And if you do, that's okay. It's just like a little tap on the shoulder saying, hey, some part of you needs to just stand up and say, yeah, okay, sounds like you're having a really rough time, right? Has nothing to do with you. And you hand it back. If there's anything I can do to help you feel better, just let me know. Not like, well, I didn't mean to do it, or I'm so upset, or how dare you? It's like, anything that can happen on this earth is already happening. It's a matter of what you want to create in your next moment. What do you want to attract to you? What beautiful imagination can bring to light something that makes you so happy and validates you? This morning, I posted it in Instagram. I will also post it in Facebook. This morning, I've been focused on a walking meditation in the morning and just allowing myself to let my higher inner being flow through me. I love who I am. I am enough. I love that I am love. And then I looked up right around the corner
And there was a cloud in a heart shape. Thank you. Thank you for the validation. My day is done. All right, folks, thanks for being here. Thank you for being. I'll be back next week and we'll talk about more fun stuff. Be present. You're the gift. Make something happening. You're happening. Thanks, folks. Hope this helped. See you next time.